What is going on, everybody? This is Theme Park Brandon, and today I have a great video in store, and it's about Kennywood, because Kennywood's future is very bright right now with this, since it's now, if not officially, but will become a Herschend park. That means the likes of Dollywood, Silver Dollar City, let's hope not Wild Adventures, of course, there is going to be coming to Pittsburgh, which is great news. And these are 5 burning questions with some predictions in the mix here for the future of Kennywood. Now that it's, honestly, this is probably the best thing that's ever happened to Kennywood. Like, obviously it's not family owned anymore, which is unfortunately, but like, this is solid news. If there's any theme park operator out there that could give Kennywood what it needs and run it the way that I think it should and could, I think Herschend is the best fit overall. So with that being said, let's get right into this, starting with Phantom Fright Nights. One of the best Halloween events there is, and I still think it's called Phantom Fright Nights. It's great. I've always loved this event. But the thing is, Herschend parks, they don't do Halloween events. So why is that? Well, Herschend is rather religious, and Silver Dollar City and Dollywood both, they don't really, promote it too much, but they are religious-based theme parks as far as the values go. And some religions, not my religion, but some religions, and I get it, they don't like to celebrate Halloween. I do. I love Halloween. Halloween is my favorite time of year. But will we see Phantom Fright Nights? I don't know. I think there's a 50-50 chance. I think that once they see how much money this brings in, they might keep it around at Adventureland, Lake Compounds, and Kennywood. Hopefully. Those are the parks that they just acquired. But I could also see them not doing the actual scare aspect of it and just doing the pumpkin illuminations everywhere like Dollywood and Silver Dollar City does, which honestly, it's really cool too. So I would love to see the haunted houses, but the family-friendly events that Dollywood and Silver Dollar City put on are really, really good. So again, I'm 50-50 on it. That's burning question number 1. Burning question number 2 would be, let's see, it's in my notes here. Sorry about that. The cinnamon bread. Will we see the cinnamon bread make its way to Kennywood? If it is, I think there's a very good chance, obviously, since Kentucky Kingdom already said they're going to be having it, or they're having it, which is great. But we could see the potato patch, which is one of the best French fries I've ever had, with that cheese sauce. Oh my gosh. That plus cinnamon bread at Kennywood. I mean, that's legit. Woo, I'm ready for that. I hope that's the case. I think it's a very good chance that we will see Kennywood open up, a cinnamon bread location once the deal goes through. I just think it makes the most sense. It's a seller. I mean, they make a lot of money off of that. It's smart. I also can see the food quality at Kennywood improve. I've never really eaten at Kennywood because when I go, I just do the potato patch. But I could very well see them adding more food, better food options to the park. So the next one is better themed areas. Now, Kennywood is more like a classic amusement park. So it's going to be kind of interesting here as far as what will the future of the park look like in 5 or 10 years from now, theming wise. But I could definitely see them kind of put some more spin on the whole industrial aspect of things, since Pittsburgh's a huge industrial town. We might see some more themed areas, make its way, or areas that are focusing on the Pittsburgh, history and stuff like that, which I think would be really, really cool. So I really, really like this for Kennywood, and I've been there 4 or 5 times now. My 41 years on this beautiful earth, and I need to get back there more and more. I'm waiting for Steel Curtain to open back up, obviously, but I love it. And again, like, warning, life's too short. Keep riding coasters. You got to get to Kennywood if you've never been. Thunderbolt, Jack Rabbit, Steel Curtain, Phantom's Revenge, all phenomenal rides. Skyrocket, it's so good. And we're on the coasters in a minute. But first, what does this mean for Steel Curtain? Now, Steel Curtain has had a lot of issues. It's been down a lot, and I mean a lot. But with the new supports they're adding to the ride, hopefully it's going to be open up, hopefully by summertime. And hopefully it'll be able to be reliable throughout the rest of this year and for the future of the ride. Because if you've never been on Steel Curtain, I love it. Kennywood's one of those interesting parks where I go to and I get off Phantom's Revenge. I'm like, oh, I love it. Go to Steel Curtain, get off. Oh, I love it. Which one do I like better? I don't know. I love Phantom for the airtime, but I love Steel Curtain for just all these beautiful inversions. It's really smooth, the height, the speed, and that rollover flip drop. Oh my gosh, I love it. So hopefully the future is bright for Steel Curtain. This is just an ugly ride. It's themed to the ugly Pittsburgh Steelers. Hoo day, go Bengals. I always wear my Bengals jersey when I ride just to piss people off. I love it. But I'm not worried about the future, but I am cautious about the future of this ride. Which brings me to burning question number 4. And that would be, let's see here. No, actually, burning question number 5. Sorry here. Because I've already covered the cinnamon bread. I've already covered better themed areas. What does this mean for Steel Curtain and Phantom Fright Nights? Now it's time to talk coasters and the predictions. So I feel like now that this deal, once it goes through, Herschend is not afraid to spend some money on parks that need it. And obviously Kennywood's a park that could use some love. You're in a relatively good market, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, so that is good. You have the long history of Kennywood. And so it is a local park. So you're going to deal with, it's not a destination park as much as obviously Silver Dollar City and Dollywood, but I still think there's going to be money spent here. And Steel Curtain opened up, and it's been a rough go, and that was the last coaster. And let's see, what was the last year? I think that what I'm trying to say is I think that we will see a new coaster by the end of the decade for sure. And what type of coaster? That's the question. Because Steel Curtain opened up in, it's 2019. So it's been a while. And that was the last coaster. But then Skyrocket opened up in 2010. And then, they did the Phantom's Revenge and stuff like that. Exterminator 1999. So there is a few gaps, and large gaps. So I think by 2029, 2028 maybe, we could definitely see a new coaster. And I think I've heard Exterminator's kind of on its last leg, so I really like that ride. It's a great indoor wild mouse. So if that's the case, then I can see this coaster being a family coaster to replace that family spinning coaster that they're going to be losing. If that is, I think the best part, the best fit will be a family Vekoma boomerang coaster. Something like that would just do really well for Kennywood, where it's not a busy park, so they can warrant the one train operations and have some cool theming. And these family Vekoma coasters, they can be custom layouts or a clone layout, and they're all really fun. So I really think that's a great fit, and it'll do really well for Kennywood. I could also see a B&M family inverted coaster, or even a Vekoma family inverted coaster for that matter. Something like Dragonflyer is a huge hit at Dollywood. Again, one train operation, which kind of stinks, but again, Kennywood does not have an inverted coaster, which would be great, or any coaster that hangs below the track. So having a family inverted coaster would do really well for the park. And it might not be what you and I want for the Kennywood, but for bringing in the max amount of people and for marketing wise, that is a huge bang for your buck. Now, if it's not a family coaster, let's talk the big boys now. We know the Herschend Entertainment loves working with mock rides, Vekoma, and RMC maybe. I mean, we have Outlaw Run, and so that's called Fire in the Hole at Silver Dollar City, and then Lightning Rod at Dollywood. Could we see long time ago, Kennywood was rumored to get RMC. It was awesome, along the banks and stuff behind Jack Rabbit, but obviously that never happened. So could we see RMC come in? Maybe. Could we see a Vekoma? I mean, I would love to see a Vekoma, like, multi-launch coaster would be really cool, or a large-scale Vekoma suspended throw coaster, again, hanging below the track. That would do really well at Kennywood. It really would. And as far as the mock rides go, I mean, they're a little bit pricier, so I don't know if Herschend would want to spend that much money on Kennywood. But if they do, then maybe a mock striker coaster would be really a solid fit. or a mock Big Dipper coaster even. Those right there would be my first picks as far as the budget goes, the space, and the marketability of those rides. I personally would really love to see a mock extreme spinner, just because I want any park out there to build one because they're so good. But I think that if I was a betting man, I would say the family coaster is more likely as their next one. And then if it wasn't, then I would say maybe something that's going to be mock based, a Striker or a Big Dipper, something that's not major. Maybe even Gerstlauer, like a Gerstlauer Infinity Coaster. Something like that would be really cool. Beyond Vertical Drop, couple inversions. Again, with Steel Curtain, they don't need to focus. They do not need their next coaster to be inversion focused. I'd much rather have it be, airtime, a few inversions, and kind of a cool, unique element to it, whether it's, below the track or beyond vertical drop. So whatever it is, I'm very curious about Kennywood's future. I think you should be too. This is great. This is, out of all the parks that they acquired, Kennywood is definitely by far the best park, at least the park that needed it the most, in my opinion. I'm really ecstatic for this future of the park and to see what they do in the future. So with that being said, what's your thoughts on Kennywood? And if you're curious about how I rank every coaster at Kennywood, then check out the video at the bottom of your screen right now. This ranking was very, very hard to do, not gonna lie. And with that being said, guys, let me know your thoughts on Kennywood. Thank you guys so much for watching. Remember to smile today, think positive, and keep riding coasters.